Hello and welcome back. So, what are we doing today? Today we're starting the piece that we're going to auction off for the Wildfire.Relief Foundation. And where do we start? Margins. Now, if you watched my last framing video, you may have seen I disregard my margins heavily. But we still need them. Again, go outside my margins because I like my pictures to be like life, to be bigger than the picture they are. Okay, so first let's find our horizon line. I want this to be a really deep panoramic shot, so I'm going to make the horizon really far off. Not exactly straight, but it's a good place to start. So what am I thinking for this one? I'm thinking an island sunset. Make it more round later. Maybe I want to make this one landmass, you know. So what's my idea for this one? Well, you have an executor. Probably move this island over a bit. And you're going to have a Bonsley. I remember now. So we're up on like a mountaintop, kind of. Remember what I'm going to do here? I'll try to... Anyways, you're going to have Bonsley. And let me look up my reference here. And he has brought him a raspberry, which looks like a blue strawberry, kind of. Now, what is the significance of this? Well, raspberries are used to treat hills, and indeed, when we go to paint executor, we're going to put some black smudges on them, some red ember marks, as well as we're going to have some other details in the background. We're going to have a few different kinds of executor. Now, you may have seen the Lowen executor. And my general thought was a lot of Pokemon, their forms are supposed to be transitional, so there must be forms between them. And when I saw Lone Executor, I'm like, that's just the natural evolution of Executor. It'll look a little funny right here. We'll start getting ones like down here. I'm just putting up there's kind of shapes of where I think it'll go. From my understanding of a Lone Executor, it's pretty large. Now with this one, I'm planning to have quite a bit of smoke damage. Big orange sunset. We're probably even going to have another appearance from Ho-Oh. Why? Because Ho-Oh symbolizes rebirth. So, I got everything more or less edged out. I'm going to pull out my reference material, try to get some better sketches. Let's start with Executor. Borrowing my son's cell phone here. Now I'm going to mix some normal trees in with them too. But what's my general idea for this one? So, one time when I was a boy, my father and I were up in the mountains. And he took me to this clearing and he showed me this tree that was kind of burnt up. And he had told me about how the whole forest just 10 years before was burnt and black. Unless you knew where to look, you could hardly see it now. And later in my life, I seen, not too far away from there, that forest get burned. In fact, again, recently that forest got burned, and not this most recent time, but the second time I seen it happen, it eventually did grow back. And that's the thing, is it does take time to heal, but it also takes help from the younger generations. It's a goal that has to be larger than ourselves. Much like trees outlast us, our goals have to outlast us if we truly want to protect them. But not only trees, animals. A lot of animals are affected. Salamanders, fish, even our deer and our mountain lions. And of course, I'm doing California because we have a huge wildfire problem. Wildfires affect the whole world. Even, Hawaii had some not too long ago. They were quite devastating. Now I'm to look like sad but happy. I mean, Executor is always kind of sad but happy, isn't he? Gonna put a little too me on there. He's got a big round head. My state has it's like the largest firefighting air force in the world. I think it's like the 5th largest air force in the world. Yeah, someone that lives between two of the airports, I can tell you, them boys are constantly flying over and doing their job. I myself am in a fire risk area, and we got to go back and everything. It's not something to keep lightly. Of course, a lot of people deal with a lot of natural disasters. I figure it's like a biome thing, like where you live, you have your own. This specific executor I'm using as an example, they all seem to be more or less making the same emotions, but I often see it depicted as the heads having their own emotions and their own sentience. I'm not choose to depict them that way myself. Not sure how I want to do the eye on this boy. There we go. They're both looking at him. This guy I'm going to give the upturned eyes. That big round body. Personally, I love palm trees, especially the little round ones. I recently had a ponytail palm and my cat ate it, and kind of been afraid to order another one. It's like, should probably just eat it again. I don't like that. There we go. I never really noticed this spot before, and it actually looks like a lot. It actually looks a lot like the sprouts you get on different types of guave, palms, onions, just plants with that general body shape. This is another one of those times I thought Executor had like a little bottom claw. I wonder which Pokemon I'm thinking of that has that shaped footprint. Who I'm confusing him for. Oh man, that is not matching up with the body very well at all. There we go. Okay, I think that one looks decent. Let's get to our Bonsley. You know, I don't think I was too far off with this guy. Now, one thing I think is a little funny is I chose two false plant Pokemon. They're not really plants. I used to think Exeggutor was because of the card, but that's weird because in the Japanese one he's like a coconut. So Bonsley's forehead thing's more elongated. Then these eyes, I mean, I kind of had them curved. Oh, it was like an American cartoon thing, but the Bonsley, it looks more freaked out. I'm going to try to make it look sweeter. A little more round. You make the pupils rounder and less long. I mean, the mouth doesn't help the boy either. It's kind of funny. Sudowoodo, you know, he's a Gen 2 Pokemon. That's when the breeding comes out. And his baby form isn't added till later. I think, was it Black and White? Kind of funny. I like that he has these weird little chicken legs. I like Tyrogue, actually. So the idea is also like, you have this little Bonsley, and he's helping this Exeggutor who's burnt, and you're going to see the more in the background. So it's like, it looks hopeful. You also realize what a huge task is in front of him. You know, anything worth doing is going to take time. You know, I noticed for the first time is that the bottom coconut is a different color. I'll try at least get one more in here right now. I believe the back of, well, I know the normal executor is like that before it goes in the frond, so I'm just going to draw that here as a placeholder now and correct it later. As a kid, I thought the eggs went all the way around, or the coconuts or whatever, the seeds, whatever they are. And I guess it's because execute they go all the way around. There's so many execute. And it takes like a bunch of them to form into an executor. It's weird though, because then he reproduces by his seeds getting too big and falling off. So I just got a quick sketch out today, and I will definitely be coming back to this and working on it more. You can definitely at least see my general plan of what I want for it. And I think a lot like the logo we just did, a lot of times when we do these steps, it looks really plain and basic. Even I myself think it's like this looks stupid. But once we get colored, we get our effects on them, we're going to get our amazing lighting effects in the background. It's going to really pull together to be a very deep and colorful piece. Especially with the ripply effects on the water. And I mean, trust me, this is going to be a good one. And I think you're definitely going to want to stick around and check back in to see where it ends up.